path is uncertain. Restoring navigational relays will illuminate our way. Beacon 49, eastward, should be your first step.
Welcome back, Caretakers. We are starting the Voyage to the Unknown quest stage. We've been requested to head to Beacon 49. We're en route to another POI first. This one is an empty human encampment or community. These are sites that you won't see machines at. There's no medium batteries or salvagers, fabricators, or energy production on those POIs. We'll just find loot, salvage, and standard NPCs, which makes them pretty easy and quick to clear. So it's great for raw materials.
Crafting skills and generate your own
so that's why we're
resources
stopping
to
there
survive.
before heading to Beacon 49.
Begin by fabricating a Lumalite solar
Just a
panel.
reminder, we'll perform a looting and NPC clearing pass through the POI, and then I'll go ahead and do a time lapse as I salvage. We may craft and find hidden locations at any point during the salvage run, and I'll come back when we do that.
Okay. And I will say build all missing parts, build. And this is just a really super basic panel. More basic than the ones that I've already deployed.
Good job! You've successfully learned to craft and produce resources.
Yeah, I learned something new. Not really, but, you know, in the grand scheme of things, it's not new, but... Okay, so those parts can be used for the larger panels. I just need... I think the larger panels require some more alloy frames and such. So, it's not truly wasted. Just a step in the game, make the game happy. Alright, so I'm going to grind a couple of these boxes down as we make our way over. We're not that far away, so see back when we get there. Okay, so we're getting close to habitat node. I went ahead and turned on the diesel engine. I can turn that off now. That's interesting. Anchored. I'm going to quickly unanchor and just kind of slow up. Alright, we're on. I'm not going to use my pistol in this yet, because these guys are fairly immune to electrical. These guys are... they love light, so just turn them off and it's easier to clear them. I can't throw them over to the boat because the boat's not close enough. so I'm not going to grind too much. Just wanted to kind of grab that because I have aluminum. Ooh, hello. Let's take care of you guys. Otherwise you're going to just cause me problems. That's a memory. Boat should be on the other side of this door. I just don't know if it's going to be close enough to shove stuff over to it. Oh yeah, that's fine. Alright, so let me grab the robot. Oh, he fell down. But I'm hearing more NPCs, so I think there's some underneath. And they're all riled up, I can tell. Oh. Charge my robot up just a little bit. Get you guys. Some more memories. So this is kind of the type of stuff I expect to find, is memories and loot and salvage. Some more equipment. Some more salvage. Some more loot. I think those NPCs hate the light. So we went from one that attacks in light to one that hates the light. Grab that stuff here. Can you get it up there? Kind of. Nope, it fell, of course. There you go. Go ahead and top myself up. Do it from the boat, so I'm not wasting my accessories. These are the NPCs that the pistol works really well for. When I can get it to come out. There we go. Nice. Okay. I was worried that was gonna fall short again. Nice. Alright, so this basically has 3 levels. This is the middle level. And then we got 1 level above it, 1 level below it. Can I get this onto the deck? I don't think so. Nope. I'll come back and salvage these. Either that or I might move the boat just to make it easier. Come on. Okay, you're looted. Nothing here. That doesn't open. Already looted that. That's cool. So the lower half is done. I've done the middle. Let's do the top. Nice bounce. Okay, this is Petros. This is good for the flamethrower. When we get it. Another battery, which is nice. Okay. And then the tower. Oh, I'm glad I didn't knock him over. And I don't know why I picked him up. I could just loot him. There we go. Alright, so that's pretty much the facility. There's a lower level, a middle level, and an upper level. And then there's the tower. So there's not much to this location. So now I'm going to go ahead and salvage. Because we're done with the looting. And unless it gets dark again, we're not going to see any more NPCs. Because those are the ones that come from the ocean. The snake-looking dudes. So, without further ado, I'm going to switch to salvage mode. Okay, so we're back after the looting and the cleanup. So everything has been recycled. Dragging a cable. I didn't grab the basketballs because they're technically memories, and they're memories that don't offer anything. It's 0 patience. What the memory offers, so not that big a deal. I'll just leave them because they're just going to add to the storage issues that will eventually arise. So I'm going to go ahead and move on to the next POI, which will be the navigation beacon. Now I did go ahead and build a recycling machine on the deck twice, and both times they bugged out. They were no longer attached to the ship after using it a couple times, and this is a new issue that I've seen come up. I posted on the Steam forums, and all they said was, you got to keep your deck clear, but that doesn't make any sense. The same process you saw me do. I played all the way through the game, launched 3 sets of humans. I used the boat the same way the entire time. Never had a recycler that was sitting on the deck ever decouple from the boat. So it's a new bug, as far as I'm concerned. And just means that there's new lightning. Okay. That nearly hit the boat. That's hilarious. That was so close. Lightning is one of those things they added to the game, and supposedly down the road there might be some options to do things like harness energy from it and stuff, but that's not a thing right now. But that was awesome. I haven't seen that effect before. I've seen lightning way, way, way off in the distance, but never right next to the boat like that. Anywho, yeah, so weird bugs. That's the only one I've come across. I think every other bug that I've had pre-patch has been resolved. This one's clearly a new one. So I dropped this net. This net dropped, and I'm gonna go ahead and roll it back. If you've never done this before, it's this little blue box sitting in the corner, and you can get little bits of salvage out of it as you move around the waters. I'm gonna take all. You send it back out. Shove everything in the recycler that'll fit. Store the rest of it. I'm going to go ahead and build a couple more cylinders.
The beacon is here. Silent and dark.
The ones that I have are...
The systems here sleep without power. Without their signal, we drift aimlessly.
Looks like we've
Bring
reached
back the power
beacon 49.
And awaken the beacon's voice to guide us forward.
Okay. Did I just hit a mine? I did. So yeah, mines are a thing. Big spiky balls obviously look like mines. You can hit them. They won't immediately destroy your boat, but they will damage it. The boat is at 59%, so you can hit 2 mines and you won't completely be destroyed. And 59% is 12 iron and 5 plastic, so not bad at all. Yeah, ship's all repaired up. Alright, got a little too close. My power's been pretty decent on these 4 little panels. I'm gonna probably keep at these 4 panels until the energy becomes an issue. I don't think I can complain too much about that. Now this site at night will have tons of those sea creatures that are able to make their way onto the station. So I'm going to make darn sure I've got my gun available. And I'm going to attach the cable to the pistol. Nice. So let's, before we disembark, let's look at what I hit level, I think 7. So let's take a quick look at what 7 gives us for skills. We've got the flamethrower pistol and the its associated backpack. We'll just say it that way. Water purifier, water extender, cable, and tank. Water pump, water purifier, those are used for taking the humans and you put the water into the rack along with the humans, and you can, that's how you make humans. But I don't know if it's because I do a lot of salvaging. Maybe it's because I do a lot of salvaging that I tend to get to those levels early, because you can definitely skip those. There's not really much to save as far as points, because you're gonna end up using them all eventually. But I do think I'm gonna get the pistol and the backpack. The petrol generator is gonna be important. Although until I get a tank, I think I can just directly connect the generator to the pistol and the backpack. I don't think you have to directly connect the generator to a tank, because you don't get the tank until way down here. So 10, level 10, and by then you get the second backpack. I do have 1 or 2 canisters, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to build. I'm not going to worry about the generator quite yet, but I'm going to build the pistol. And I'm going to build the backpack. I'm thinking, if I remember right, there's going to be a couple of engine cylinders on the base. And then by the time we leave the base, I'll just upgrade the cylinders, make sure the engine has a full set. Because the boat's a bit slow the way it is. As you add the cylinders, they become more efficient and faster. Okay, we got that going. I'm going to get the diesel generator. Matter of fact, I'll build it as well. I'm only going to need so much biomaterial for making humans. The rest of it can go to diesel and petrol. So, got the backpack, we've got the gun, those are great. I'm going to go ahead and build missing parts, and then build. Okay, so I can look at this and type Q, and then it'll just deliver everything to me. I'm going to need a power cable, and I'm going to need a fuel cable. Now the way it's set up, if you've got a power to the left and a diesel input to the right, like it is here, not like it is there, like it is here, then you can configure it very easily to face you and to direct connect to the outlets. This is really the best place in the boat for it, because the ports are far enough apart and they're in the right locations. Come on, let's go. Nice. There we go. They put this guy on. He uses a little power idle, but maybe not. Maybe nothing. Nope. He doesn't use any power, just idling. So you can just take your biomaterial, shove it in there, and you get diesel out. I'm gonna see the sea-based NPCs come up onto the base, and those react really well to the flame pistol. There can be some slimes, and there's gonna be some robots. I think across the board, the flamethrower kind of works for everything. So I'm going to connect tank. Hit T and put the tank on the action bar. So that filled that up, which is great. So I'm going to grab the cable off of the tank and add it to the pistol. So looks like we're not going to fully empty the bottle, maybe? Still be a little bit left. Maybe? Yeah, a little left. That's not what I wanted to grab. I wanted to grab you. And then I want to connect to the pistol. There we go. So now the tank will fill up the backup will fill up the pistol as it gets used. I'll just need to monitor the tank, and even when the tank is empty, the pistol will have plenty. Alright, so before I zip off, I mean, I think it probably makes sense to add some points to the battery. Because you see in the bottom right hand corner, my battery capacity is 500. I can increase that. I'm going to take it to what, maybe 0.8. And I'll just make it 1 kilowatt. There we go, 1 kilowatt. Nice. Alright. So I basically doubled my battery capacity. Much more efficient than the Cobra by tons. I think I'm gonna want this to power the base early game, early POI. Now we've got an unlocked door, but requires power. Let's go ahead and get some power. save. Did I really completely forget to top off my battery before I came over? I think I did. Don't fall in the water. Don't fall in the water. Okay. This is just not the same. Does work though. Alright, our door is open. Okay, so this is the guy that hates light. The other one's got aggressive, or is it this one? Forget exactly. Let me turn the light on. See what he does. Yeah, he hates light. He runs away from light. Okay, these guys get aggressive. There is light. Makes it so much easier. So much easier. Did I not just... Now they're gone. Food there. Some other helpful things. I'm just gonna grab that. I don't think I can get through this. Yeah, I can't get through this door yet. This is a level restriction, so I have to be a specific level before the door will open. So, boo. Alright, so I'm not gonna... I'm not going to use all my batteries. I think I'll head back to the boat with what I have. My cargo's full. Oh, I had a feeling that wasn't going to work. It does take longer to top up your robot for sure. Let's see, where we at? So we barely used a quarter of our diesel, and we just topped ourselves up, and we're already starting to claw back the amount of energy I used topping myself up. health real quick. Quick save. Alright. Let's head back. I could have topped up my fuel, but not that big a deal. Okay. Nothing up here. Okay. Alright, so let me head up. I don't know if I can get him down. I might be able to jump. Let's see, can I jump? Yes. I forgot he does a little pull-up if he gets close enough to stuff. Alright. Nothing over there for me to worry about. Some more loot. Loot. Plastic, rubber. Some more glass and plastic. Here's some NPCs on the roof. And this room is, I think it's locked, right? Yep. So it has a yellow lock. And if you read the screen, it says authorization required. So, and it says Pico, and this is our local Pico. So we can open that up, go down to acquire beacon authorization. Download complete. Authorization granted. Have a nice day. Alright, so now the door's open.
The communication array is damaged. Repair it, recharge the relay, and let the beacon speak again.
Right, repair communications array, charge uplink. So here's our method for charging. I could charge it in a couple different ways. I could run a cable from the boat. I could fix the solar panels and whatnot and run a cable up that way. Or I could build a bunch of canisters and then bring those up here to do. But the first step is I need to do the repair first. Just a side note, you do have to be careful with these petrol containers. Shooting them or hitting them with fire will cause them to explode. It's not a bad idea if you don't have the fire flamethrower yet. You could shoot this guy and it'll end that little spider dude. Didn't explode. Did get damaged though. Okay. Up we go. A little parkour. A little more parkour. Down. He didn't go down, right? Oh, he did. Okay. hear this? Missing iron. Is there iron in here? Rubber. Copper. No iron. Shoot. Okay, so we have to come back up after picking up some iron. Just kind of make a mental note. 4, 2, and 2. Alright. What side is the boat on? Send him over that way. Okay, and I will kick the ladder down. Hop on it as it's going down. Alright. Oh boy, let's just walk around, I guess. Kind of forcibly bouncing it off of the building because I don't want to send it all the way down to the boat. Don't fall in the water. Okay. Because I'll probably do is I'll set up a recycler up here and run it off the solar. Some boxes. I think this is just the back side of the building. I can run through there and collect all that stuff. Did I miss anything? So before I head back to the boat, I will go ahead and loot the back side of the building. Because I've got, my robot has plenty of energy, maybe plenty of juice. Oh, I might find the iron, then I don't have to go back to the boat. Yep. I only needed 2 iron, I just got 3. Or did I need 4 iron? Jump. Oh, I don't need to go up. I'll go straight up the ladder. Okay. I needed 4. I only had 3. Okay. Well, that was probably enough. Big long line of money. Did I get another? No, didn't get any iron. Alright. Fine. I'll go back to the boat. I got 1 iron. Let me get the engine part there. These look different. These are the basic, and this is the intermediate. So I'll be looking to swap them all to the intermediate. one iron I need. Okay. Hey, made it to the bottom. So while we're up here, that is the original Dock 37. That is the POI that I did where I've already looted and salvaged. And we're now here at the radio station. I think that's the sanctuary? And then there's, I think that's the warehouse. And just a couple other POIs dotted all over the place. You can actually see pretty decently far from this POI. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to build a splitter out here. Why am I dangling? Or is that not me? What's... Lovely. I'll leave that alone for right this second. Aluminum, glass, iron, plastic, plastic, iron, glass, silicon, aluminum. Okay. I don't think I want to bother connecting to this. Probably makes the most sense to come at it from this angle. There we go. Go. One more cable if I have enough to here. Alright, so now we're charging, but we're not charging very fast. So lots of options to fix that. The main one is going to be let's repair the solar panels. Alright. I'm forever doing that. I want want to charge myself, not pick it up. Okay, so we've definitely increased the amount of power that we're sending up, so this should reduce the time it takes to charge it. Alright, we're at 18%. I don't think I'm gonna do anything drastic. We've killed all the NPCs. There's only one door unlocked. Hasn't been unlocked, and that's due to level. There might be one hidden in the water. So let me... Okay, so this doesn't have legs. And if there's no way to get up from underneath, then it probably doesn't have anything. Nope. Just kind of swim around this outer... Oh, that looks like something. That could be from the locked room. I can't shoot the flamethrower from here. Well, shoot. No, I really want to find that. It's on that corner. Yeah, see, that's probably behind that door. Which means I could potentially, if I move the boat around, I could gain access to that. What are you doing? What is this? Weird. Getting target boxes, but not for anything important. Okay, so I'm gonna move the boat around and see if I can open that vent, and I'm gonna start salvaging. So time for a time lapse. We're coming up on an hour. I'm going to go ahead and cut the time lapse off. We can pick back up on the next video. In this video, we completed the Voyage of the Unknown quest as we reached Beacon 49. Before that, we reached, cleared, and salvaged our first habitat node. At the navigation beacon, we've powered, cleared, and started salvaging the POI while that beacon charges. On the next episode, we'll complete the salvage, maybe find that hidden location, and then get that beacon online. If you've reached this point of the video, think about subscribing. Thanks for watching, caretakers.